Hey, what's up? Alright, I'll lay it down and do something like this. For all you mechaniacs and Obama mama, you think if your candidate doesn't win that this country's going down the tubes, well, guess what? It's going down the tubes anyway, and it has been. And that's due to complete ignorance on the part of the American people. The most important federal official isn't even elected. Ben Bernanke, chairman of the Federal Reserve. The government doesn't own the Federal Reserve Bank. It's a private corporation that makes decisions based on its own interests. Okay? So, wherever these politicians are promising you, it's like Amschel Rothschild once said, "Give me control of a nation's currency, and I care not who makes its laws." If the government doesn't even control its currency, what exactly do they control? Somewhere between jack and shit. Alright? Now, where does the government get money? Well, they get it from the Federal Reserve Bank, the same as everybody else. Okay? They have to put up these bonds, government bonds, right? So, here's the question that you got to ask. Does the Federal Reserve Bank turn over currency in exchange for these bonds out of the goodness of their heart? What kind of hedge should they have or promise that they're going to get that back? Or, what kind of terms are they giving the Fed? I know that if a business is doing badly and somebody offers to invest in it, a lot of times as a term of that investment, they want a say in the decisions made by that business because they want to make sure they get their money back. So how much of a say does the Federal Reserve Bank buy? And once again, this isn't up for a vote. This isn't, up for election. So, you have these banks, and, they loan out money, and basically when you go to the bank and cash your check, or you deposit it, and they've kind of made it so that you can't do without banks, sort of collusion between business and banking, like, well, you got to pay your bills, and everybody wants a check, so you got to put your money in the bank. And when you do get cash, they give you these Federal Reserve notes. Well, what is it? What is it? Why is it valuable? What does it mean in the overall scheme of things? How does it function? This is basically a legal document. It says on here, what is this? This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. I've read money. Okay. So what decides the value of it? There isn't a large extent to which it seems almost arbitrary. What things in society are assigned value. I'm getting off the subject, which is the way in which banks basically operate like protection rackets. It's almost like yeah, man, we're gonna hold on to your money for it. We're gonna hold on to that for you. And they'll charge you, and they want to charge you as many fees as they can. They used to tell you when you were about to be overdrawn or whatever. Almost all banks made a policy not to do that anymore unless you specifically ask them to. They want you to be overdrawn. They want you to have to pay them more money to hold your money for you. You think about that. Hey, why don't you pay me to hold your money for you? Does that even make sense? And that's how they keep us in bondage. This whole system, and it's not, like people say, what are you saying? The American government is not the best government, and we got the best system, and all this stuff. Look, considering where we came from, which was serfdom and slavery. Okay, yeah, it's a little better. Directly after World War II, we had this large middle class because we were in this sort of propaganda war with the Soviet Union. It was probably the best it's been, but we've fallen from that. We're regressing back to, you know, serfdom, involuntary servitude. I don't think that's the route we need to go. But you know, it's going to really call for people to wake up and start electing political leaders that will do something about it instead of just, you know, talking rhetoric and giving stump speeches. You know, you could say, well, political institutions have no real power anymore because of, you know, organizations like Federal Reserve and like Walmart, you know, who basically get to run the show. But you know, I think with the right people, it's going to call for people outside of our current, you know, institutions. In other words, people that come in, just honest Americans who really want to do what's best for the American people. But it's going to take a lot of us to get it going. I still think it's possible, but you're going to have to wake up to the way things really are if you're going to change them to anything better. That's pretty much all I got to say.